Hey, good morning. Today we are talking about superfoods and the best exercises to trim your waistline. So, what we tend to do, I'm always like torn on this because I don't want us to get caught up in the like extrinsic, like how we look on the outside. But what I really do think is important and know that is important is that how we feel on the inside has a lot to do with the circumference of our waist and how our gut health is, how our energy, how we're connecting to one another, how we're digesting our food, how we're staying away from heart disease and diabetes and all of those things has a lot to do with the circumference of our waist and whether we are storing fat viscerally or subcutaneously on the outside. So we at Kaya for many, many years always do just a really fun like winter waistline challenge. So if you want to join, you just put 20 bucks in and grab your measure tape. And what you do is you measure your waist, so just like right at the belly button, and then you write down your waist size. If you keep your waist size the same, you keep your money. If you gain, you donate it. So you can either, if you're doing this with Kaya, you can give you donate it actually to like a pool. If you lose weight, then you win. So it's just a fun way to keep, because it's hard, right? Like it's really hard to, in this day and age, to resist all the fudge, the cookies, all the baked treats, like the chocolates in the office. And there's actually, sad to say, more people dying of overeating now than undereating in our world. And so it is an important topic, and it really does um, it it it's really strong in my heart to think about how we can just put some simple tips and tricks into our life, habits that we repeatedly do over and over again, so then we don't have to worry about gaining weight and gaining weight, especially in the visceral area. So what I want us to do is stand up really quick if you can. If you're driving, no problem. But the first thing I want to talk about is the best exercises to trim your waist. And now it's funny, I was like kind of doing some, like I was doing some research before this, and Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day when he was doing all the big bodybuilding, he was huge, right? He's giant. His waist circumference was 30, with same as mine. And so it was interesting to look at like some of the things that those like bodybuilders back in the day did to keep their waist nice and strong. So what I want us to do is just stand up, and what we want to work on is our transverse abdominals and our inner muscles. So it's not the outer muscles, it's the inner muscles that hold us up nice and strong. So not only do like our inner transverse abdominals like hold our posture strong, so hold us up in a positive way, but they also help kind of hold our intestines and our guts in the way they're supposed to. They help our pelvis. So, like jumping rope, we don't pee our pants, or going for a run or sneezing, any of those things. So, what we want to really focus on is really strengthening those inner muscles. The first thing is that we want to think about like pulling your belly button to your spine. So sometimes it's easier to do this laying down. So if you want to lay down, that might be easier. But just getting the idea first of when like your inner abs. So put your hand right under your ribs and on your belly. And then I want you to breathe in, but breathe your belly button into your spine. Breathe your belly button into your spine. Now pull, 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 pull. Try to relax your shoulders down. Pull in. Now hold this as long as you can. Now don't pass out. Still, but hold that belly button in for like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release. Now I want you to release and blow your stomach out. blow your belly out, because this is also your stomach muscles working as well. So I'm trying not to go like this. I'm trying to use my breath to blow my stomach out, to like bring my hands here to fill up my hands. And then I'm going to breathe in, contract. So pull that belly button in, Kegel your lower tummy tight, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when we're thinking about like a toned waistline, it's called like the inner vacuum. So that's what we're working on, is this inner vacuum of like pulling everything in, holding it nice and tight, and that's strengthening those transverse abdominals, that rectus abdominis. So you have your transverse abdominals, your rectus abdominis, and then you have your obliques, so your internal and external obliques. So all of this is, when you think about that internal vacuum, roll your shoulders down and back. And then my suggestion is, we want to make this a habit. So just do it before you eat. So like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, do this exercise 4 times. And then it'll bring conscious awareness to like Kegeling in that lower tummy tight, pulling your belly button into your spine. And these are some of the most important exercises that you can do, because sure, we can do sit-ups, but you're not going to lose fat when doing sit-ups. Of course, you'll there's all kinds of stuff. If you want to join me at the 9 o'clock, at the 9 o'clock live stream workout, I'm going to go over lots of like abdominal exercises that will help like just tone. But in general, it's how you are standing, sitting, moving all day long makes the biggest difference in like your waistline. So just remembering that it's your posture and it's those like internal abs that we want to focus on. So I hope that's helpful. A couple things that you can do, as far as if you can't make it to my class, is doing like bicycles. So you can do them standing, but instead of like reaching like elbow, go across the body, reaching and then opening, reaching and opening. And then just really stay focused on your stomach. If I'm doing like, say if I'm doing like crunches or sit-ups and I didn't engage my internal abs first, I can develop a round stomach. So if I'm just like hanging out like this, and then I'm doing my sit-ups, I'm going to develop a round stomach. So the first thing you want to do before you exercise is, you can even like put your thumb on your belly button, pull your belly button away from your thumb, Kegel in your lower stomach, still breathe through it, and then move through your abdominal exercises. So it's all about those inner muscles first, strengthening those nice and strong, because then that's what holds you up strong. It's what holds your intestines in there. It's what helps all of your muscles, because your core, front, side, and back core, are the catalyst to your posture, to your movement, and what we want to focus on. Okay, so I'm going to fly through just a few superfoods really quick. So if you have a pen, you can sit down, whatever. These are some of the things that I try to just create a habit out of. I don't overthink it. I create a habit out of Kegeling my lower tummy tight. Even when I'm sitting, I create a habit out of some of these foods. So the first thing is like starting my day with citrus. You guys have heard this a million times. I put a little apple cider vinegar in there. So I do, this is kind of like my favorite glass right now. I fill up my favorite glass with warm water, helps with digestion. Put a half a lemon in there, a sprinkle of cinnamon, because cinnamon really has been shown to impact your blood sugar. So I put that on apples too. I put just like a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, which apple cider vinegar has also been known to help with weight loss. And if you just even have a little apple cider vinegar kind of mocktail before your lunch and your dinner, it helps you burn that fat and carbohydrates just a little bit more effectively. So, and it kind of tastes like an apple pie. So if you put like a little bit of apple cider vinegar, warm water, cinnamon, and maybe you like stevia or something like that, it literally is the yummiest treat ever. So starting with that. In the morning, first thing, I always take my pre and probiotics, especially when I'm traveling. I do Aura Trust Your Gut, but there's lots of different kinds. Just make sure that they have like a really good high strand of probiotics and prebiotics. I think this one has like 16 billion probiotics and then 6 different strands. So probiotics and prebiotics, but prebiotics you can also get in all of your food. So of course, and we can't talk about like trimming the waistline without talking about broccoli, cauliflower, greens, all of those kind of things. But those are those prebiotics. These are kind of just some like little superfoods that I focus on. I also take vitamin B every day because that helps just with like your metabolic energy. So vitamin B. And then I'm going to run through some, maybe when you go to the grocery store, every single time, pick up these if it sounds good to you. So avocado, eating like a quarter of avocado a day is incredibly good. It helps you feel satisfied, but it also has been known to help with belly fat. Beans are really, really high in fiber. They aid in muscle building. They burn fat and really great for digestion. Chili peppers. So chili peppers are like spicy, and they like, so you can kind of think about them of like spicing up like your inside. They help you burn fat. We talked about lemon and citrus. They combat bloating. So if you kind of feel bloated, that apple cider vinegar and lemon is a really good combination to help with bloating. Coffee. So coffee has been known to burn a little extra calories. So maybe a little bit of coffee before your workout. Be careful to have it early so we're not interrupting our sleep. Green tea, maybe early afternoon, as is really good for thermogenesis. So maybe a cup to 4 cups of green tea, but be careful of the caffeine as well. Chia seed is so good for your omegas. It's a great fiber source. It's delicious. Chia seed pudding. You can put it in your oatmeal. You can put it in your smoothies. So chia seed is one of my favorite. And an apple a day is what I eat with cinnamon. It is one of my favorite treats. Again, it really helps with the fiber. It helps with your blood sugar, all that good stuff. So I hope this was helpful. Again, when we're thinking about our exercise, think about your internal abdominal muscles first. So Kegel, thumb to the belly button, pull it in, hold, do this, like hold for 8 seconds if you can. Exhale, release, blow that belly out. Inhale, hold it nice and tight before each meal. It just kind of brings conscious awareness to like that gut health too. You're like bringing that blood flow into your intestines. It's going to help you digest your food. But then it also reminds you to hold your posture up. And then especially when we're working out, if you're doing crunches or sit-ups with us and bicycles, whatever it is, hold those internal abs first and then add some of these superfoods. Start your day with good hydration, a little citrus, a little prebiotics and probiotics. Once we have like that healthy gut, then we're feeling more energetic, happy, and we don't have to work too hard. We don't want to work too hard for things, right? We just want to create habits that we can repeatedly do that make us feel good and don't feel like torture. Okay, I love you guys. I hope I see you at 9 o'clock the workout.